They're skinheads that hang out organizing this event.
Really? Where? I mean, he's got no hair, but I don't know. Does he have like the?
I mean,
how do you know he's a skinhead just because he's bald?
In skinhead style, he's in a right-wing event. I mean, like, what do you?
You stupid fuck!
I don't know.
Put two and two together.
It could be. It could
so
be.
Like, why would you associate yourself with that?
I'm not. I'm just checking it out. Whoa. I can't confirm or deny that he's a skinhead, but.
That's great advertising. I have alopecia areata. It's a medical condition that I got while I was serving in the military. So I had a backpack on that stops cell phone signals from detonating bombs under our feet, and it either gives you a big white stripe up your head, or if you, do you mind touching me? So feel it right there. Baby smooth, right? Now feel right now. So I got patches in my head. So I had to shave my head because how would you rather be like have weird awkward patches in my head? That'd be weird as fuck. So I just shave it because it looks better than having patches. But no, I'm not a skinhead.
He said you were.
Technically, I'm a skinhead, but I don't believe in the ideology. Because technically, so
He said you were wearing the getup and you had like put two and two together. He says. You know, you got the getup, and I was skeptical. I had no idea one way or the other.
No, I don't. I'm not a white nationalist. No, I'm not a white supremacist. No, I'm not. I don't believe in Hitler. Like, I don't do the goose step. Like, I don't do it.
Yeah.
Literally, the only reason I'm bald is because I have alopecia. Okay. I apologize for assuming. Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, I actually had the same conversation earlier. It's a matter of people on our side. It's not even about hating others like his side. It's like we're just rich white people who don't have any kindness. We're genuinely standing against people who are playing identity politics. Like, just because someone is a color, you see them as evil, and we're not. We actually, honestly, we agree with like 95% of your points. We want people to get medical coverage. The only problem is when we have an issue with it is that when you have how's it going? When you have an inherent, when they quote, keep in mind, it's all verbal, right? When you have a right to something, that means you should be able to attain it without charge. Would you agree? Yeah. Like healthcare? Like, you should be able to attain it without charge. All right. The only problem I have with that at all, it's not a matter of people getting healthcare. I want everyone, including, like, I know puts me at odds with a lot of Republicans. Like, I don't even mind abortions personally. Like, I personally don't have an issue with it. But that's more of a conservative opinion. But when it comes to medical requirements, like, we want you to have healthcare. The only problem we have is that when you say it's a right, that means that you have a right to someone's labor.
There they go, folks! There they go! That's what I thought! That's what I thought! Go take your zero intellect somewhere else! This man at least had comments! You guys have nothing to say! Come here and say this to my face! Come on! Let's have a debate, please! I'm looking for an educated Trump leader!
When black people die, when
Let me hear this!
when black people are killed in a church, that's a fucking terrorist attack!
Whose fault is that?
A white man's!
It's a white man's fault! What about the fact that this young man was on psychotropic drugs?
What about the fact he had a fucking Confederate flag?
What about the fact that this man and almost every other mass killer has been on psychotropic drugs?
That means we have a mental fucking health problem, but it's also the fault of the white.
So let me ask you this. Do you know who's taking money from Big Pharma?
Hillary! Everybody!
Wrong! Donald Trump has taken $0 from Big Pharma. I stepped you on that one. Do you have anything else?
Fuck you!
Great comment. She's undefeated. Who's next? I got two people in the group. One man actually had some educated points. She just proved herself to be completely incompetent in a debate. Do any other of you guys, you're all looking at me, you know I'm right here. Come tell me why you don't like Trump, and come tell me who you're voting for. I'm not trying, hey, I'm just asking your opinion. Nothing. I didn't think so. You saw your little friend here get embarrassed, and so you walked away. Unbelievable. Hey, you guys know that you're funded by George Soros? Do you know who George Soros is? No. I doubt it. You call Trump a Nazi, you don't realize your own movement's funded by a Nazi. You might want to wake up. Thanks for the debate. 1 out of 30 of you.
This is what we deal with from these protesters, folks. You saw it. I stood here for 20 minutes. 30 of them walked by. 2 of them were able to comment. I'll give one man credit. He made some points. He made some fair points. I finally got another one of these nitwits to try to talk to me. And how did that conversation end? F me. Isn't it funny how it always seems to end that way? There's no actual debate. There's no platform for these people to debate. They just want to insult you. They're the hearsay mafia, and when I destroy their false narratives and talking points, they have to degrade themselves to insulting me. But guess what? The good news is Trump is building momentum, and from what I've seen, this is actually one of the smaller groups of these people, so maybe their numbers are starting to dwindle. I thought there would be more of them here today. I'm not seeing too many of them. I'm beginning to think that they're actually going and hiding in their holes.
Hell yeah.
Let's go! Move!
On the block!
You turn and you walk back up!
You're arresting someone who didn't do shit!
Violence is on the block!
They assaulted us!
Stay back! Stay back! I need you to back up! I am telling you! Back up!
Fucking Nazi scum!
I am walking from
You're protecting them!
hands on.
Nazi scum! Fuck Nazi scum!
That man
Nazi scum!
What is
Fuck Nazi scum! Fuck Nazi scum!
I want to warn you that the video we are about to play is violent and disturbing. It was just released by police, and we are now seeing the first time what happened to a Florida college student permanently disfigured in a brutal beatdown in East London. It happened a couple months ago. They're just releasing it now because they're trying to find the guys who did it. And now there are questions about whether the attackers are self-appointed Muslim patrols, gangs of young Islamic extremists vowing to enforce Sharia law in their neighborhoods.
This actually happened to my eldest son, who's in grade 8. He was in the schoolyard playing. A grade 1 girl walked up to him, slapped him across the head, and said, "You are not allowed to hit girls. You cannot hit me back."
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to...
Well, at least she was being honest. You know, and an adult woman who would do that would probably find a way to turn herself into the victim.
Women deserve a safe space on campus. Queer people deserve a safe space on campus. Trans people deserve a safe space on campus.
Groups exist because of that, right?
You mean enough? Why do men need a safe space on campus?
Why do men need a safe space? Because the very idea of an event where men are talking about men's issues in a non-sanctioned manner, then you have what happened at the Warren Farrell protest. I don't know if you watched the footage of that, right? But if I were one of the men who was trying to attend an event talking about male suicide and all kinds of other stuff, and I had some woman who knows she can get away with it up in my face, calling me every name in the book, screaming at me, I don't think I'd feel very safe, right? Okay? And frankly, men are the majority of victims of public sphere violence.
I'm not saying that any of those statistics or male suicide, any of that stuff exists, because it does. Men are the victims of more workplace violence, workplace suicides, low enrollment rates. That said, that's not systematic oppression in society.
Really? I think that when a 6-year-old girl can hit another child and get away with it and never ever have to suffer retaliation because he's a boy, okay? I think that's systematic. How? Because if the system intervenes and punishes the boy for hitting back, right? It's systematic.
You just yelled out that all of us were racist. And then you asked a question. And the question was? Why are there only white people on your panel? There you go. It sounded better when you were yelling it with a chorus of backdrops. Let me explain. Okay, can I answer your question? Do you want an answer? Would you like an answer? Here's what's... No, you don't know the answer, sweetheart. Let me answer it for you. Listen, you have, right here on this panel, you have a gay British Trump supporter, okay? You have a lifelong registered Democrat, open feminist, who's not a third wave feminist, and you have a French-Canadian Christian conservative. So you may ask, why is there only white people? Because the only diversity you don't care about is that of intellectual diversity.
Right! Yes, yes!
Please be seated.
One second.
Please be seated.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the applause.